Ibiza is just a marketing exercise.
That's why they promote here, for money.
Everything is catered for. You can find very cheap clubs in San Antonio. You can have all the big super clubs. You can have free parties in the hills.
We don't want to make any money. We only want to dance.
You know, day out on the beach. You've got unspoiled countryside. You know, everything is there, but it's up to the individual and to go and get what they're looking for, really.
Yes, it's got a hedonistic feeling, and yes, there's a lot of drugs taken, and yes, there's a real big mash of sometimes aggressive people, spaceheads, what have you. But the whole thing, when it's put together in one big package, it's just an experience every time you go out, you know? You never know what you're going to get.
First time I came here, I had offered work as dancer or as entertainer, but the money is just ridiculous. There's no way you could actually afford to live on the money you get working as a dancer or an entertainer.
I was the coordinator of the dances, so I was like no day off all season. I just finished 2 days ago, and it's like getting a cross off your back and walking straight again.
Make it all down. I see you, baby. Shaking that ass. Shaking that ass. Shaking that.
You work like from 11 o'clock, you start doing public relations in the center, and then you go to the club at 2:30. And you stay there till about 6 o'clock.
Some people are paid sort of £12 a night, £3 mil a night, which is about £12.
For any job available on the island, somebody else is going to be willing to do it for cheaper.
And they can start at 8 o'clock at night and finish sort of 9 o'clock the next morning. As an entertainer, that's what you'd be doing for £12.
Or even for free, just to get in the clubs, just to, you know, be seen.
The most incredible year for me, for exposure, which anybody that wants to stay in this business needs. To tell you the truth, this is my dream come true.
I'm lucky because DJing, I get paid well in comparison to other workers here. I get paid really well. It can be so hard, and lots of people fall by the wayside.
Most of the time, people here, they come to get a job, but just like you pass by one of the clubs, one of the bars, you said, I need a job, can I try? They let you try. If they don't like you, they kick you out at the same, with the same speed you arrive there. So you don't have contracts, things like that. So they treat you like really a little bit like trash, but that's the fun of it. You change a lot of times your job. I think in the time I was here, I changed like 40 times, 40 different people which dance with me.
The horrible thing about dancers or entertainers or anything like that is they're the first people to get cut if the club's not making money. People can get flown out with a club to the island to work for the season. And then if that club's not taking enough money, the first thing the promoter will do is say, right, cut the dancers, cut the entertainers, cut the parade, cut the costumes. You know, and that's very sad that those people go because they're the talented people. Privileged monsters, you know, people like that, and it's hard work, and they spend all winter making their costumes. And they're the ones that are the real freaks. They're the ones that everyone looks at and goes, wow, look at that. The other side of it is sort of the San the workers' side of it, the English workers' side of it, where they can get away with being completely lunatic and they get paid for being more than lunatic. You don't see that in England, but in Ibiza it's part of the attraction. People will talk about that for weeks now. They'll go back and they'll talk about all these weird people that were dressed up everywhere they went. you know, and it'll bring more people back to the island next year. You know, people talk about how good Manu Mission is because they've got all these strange people painted up, body painted and stuff. You know, it makes people want to go.
The freaks come out. Freaks come out. The freaks come out.
Basically, the entertainment I've been doing consists of dressing up silly and annoying people.
You just get like literally a whole group of people standing all the way around you, just watching, taking pictures, going, oh my God, what are you doing?
Literally anything and everything you can think of, it counts as entertainment, as long as it's the type of thing you shouldn't really see in a club.
Just complete confusion.
For example, with the ministry, when for a couple of weeks, because the club was full on a Friday anyway, they decided to stop flyering, so all the flyers lost their money. For 3 weeks, I think it was. Suddenly, there was no money for anybody to be made.
Yeah, there were 9 girls in a one-bedroom studio flat in St Anne this year who were flown over here by a certain club promoter who said, yeah, we'll pay your accommodation.
At the height of the season in August, girls would throw themselves at you just because you've got a bed.
I don't know, I can just remember sort of going around the whole of San Antonio looking on the floor for money and stuff like that because it's just been so skint.
I've seen a lot of people crawling on the floor looking for drugs, not only money.
Do you do literally at them times think, oh, I really want to go home, but 2 days later you're laughing about it again.
It's a regular thing just to have sort of 25 pesetas in your pocket, but then you know the next day's payday, so you'll be fine. And the thing is, if you've got no money, you can still go out. Sunshine. It costs you nothing. You can still go and sit on the beach with your mates. You can still go and get into a club.
Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine.
I think the whole of the island's economy is run by 6 clubs with big British promoters. There's a lot of money to be made. There's 30 quid to get in the club, 6,000 people. It's a lot of money and nobody knows where it's going.
It's the clubs over here that really have the power and the promoters that are really getting ripped off.
I think it's key for big UK clubbing brands such as Cream and Ministry and Gatecrasher to have a presence in Ibiza because that's central to building these global dance brands.
Ministry saw this from the beginning, which is why they've done well out of it. You know, they accepted, because they're such a big company back in England and all over the world, they understand that they can lose a fortune over here. So they can come here, they can spend so much money on billboards over here, advertising, magazine adverts.
10 years ago, the concept of the compilation album, the merchandise, the club, the magazine, all under the same umbrella, didn't exist.
And that's how you have to see it, is that people will then go back to Germany or to Switzerland or to Holland or to America and they'll buy the Ministry album, they'll buy the Ministry t-shirt, the Ministry bag, the Ministry coat.
It's a lifestyle thing and you can buy into that lifestyle at all different levels.
You know, I mean, God's Kitchen have come out here this year and they've spent a fortune, but they can come back next year because they've got the money to spend. And the clubs that won't come back are the ones that came out for their first year not banking on losing money, you know, and they haven't come back since. Back to Base hasn't been back, Hard Times didn't come back, you know, and they're brilliant clubs in their own right, but to come out here you've got to have a lot of money behind you. And Ibiza is just a marketing exercise. You know, a billboard is $3.5 grand. It's a lot of money to spend just for a billboard for 3 months of the year, you know, and it could end up being in a road in the middle of nowhere, no one's even going to see it.
If you don't have a presence there, it just feels like you're missing an opportunity to sort of week in, week out, spread the vibe to this nationwide kind of target market.
Many things can happen that can make that the big tour operators or big promoters change and go somewhat cheaper than this. They just don't need Ibiza at all. They only need the name. But they'll be somewhere else, Cyprus or any other island, cheaper than here, and where they can get cheap booze and a lot of people. So once they leave, they're probably going to still releasing Ibiza CDs.
With so many of the sort of target market for people who are in the business of making dance records out in Ibiza every summer on holiday, everybody wants to have the big record that kind of captures the imagination of all of these thousands and thousands of kids going out.
You go to a big club and you're going to hear the same music, and you can buy the music the next day that's been printed in a CD 3 months before. It's very, very predictable.
Ibiza starts to loom from probably round about February, March. When you're hearing tracks, you're starting to think, I wonder, could this be a big Ibiza record that we might release in September? And then also, when the season is going through, there'll be records that will just explode in Ibiza, become really big records there, and then go on to be international hits.
There's so many records that if you're playing in a particular place, like somewhere really popular like Bora Bora or like Manu Mission, if you're playing these records and they really stand out, then they will become big hits because people remember them. Get this record and it reminds them of being here and what a good time they had here. During the summer, like all the big DJs come here. All the people who want to give out promos, they come here to give them out because there's always that chance that it will become a big hit.
When the season is going through, there'll be records that will just explode in Ibiza, become really big records there, and then go on to be international hits. Obviously, for a really hot record and something that absolutely captures the imagination in Ibiza and becomes the anthem of life, you could be looking at 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 singles if you've really got the right record and the timing right and all the rest of it. So you know, it is big business.
Bora Bora.
And Bora Bora as well. Bora Bora is one of the best places in the world. People start getting out at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and go until 4 o'clock in the morning. And the best thing is, it's free. You don't have to pay a single penny.
And I had a great time there last year, and playing there this year has been fantastic as well.
It's like it was the best moment in your life, culminating over a whole summer every day.
Yeah, standing on a table at Bora Bora, and the most beautiful music was playing, and it was just like 2,000 people just dancing on the beach, and I was on this table and the wind was blowing in your hair, and it was just so perfect. And you have moments like that just make you think, this is why we're here, this is why we stayed here.
It's the sort of place where pretty much 24 hours, if you want action of some description, you can find it. It's a case of how much can you take.
And you just go full on. Just cane as much, like the drink. Let's just drink as much as you can till you fall over. Take some main drugs till you pass out.
I've seen quite a lot of people lose it and went home and swear not to come back ever again. You know, people were very enthusiastic at first, and 3 weeks later and how many drugs later, just lose themselves completely. People don't even remember the names, don't know where they are, what they're doing. Like they've been up for 4 days. And yeah, that's the one.
It's getting hot, it's getting hot, it's getting hot.
Well, in Ibiza, you still have a hardcore bunch of people. Most of them are Spanish and Ibiza residents. They live there all year round, and they put up parties in the hills just for themselves and their friends, just to keep the spirit of the island alive, really.
There's another side to Ibiza that a few programmes haven't portrayed, which we want to get across. It's not all about beer, puking up in gutters, shagging in gutters, doing whatever you want in gutters. There's a lot of trance parties up in the north that a lot of the Spanish go to.
Aquí toda la vida había fiestas de luna llena. Que se hayan puesto ya en música trance, más todo sound systems y tal, eso desde el 93, 94.
The north of the island, that's where all the free parties are, and it's where people would go really to have the Ibiza experience. People would still talk about 20 years on.
You get secret maps, or it goes mouth to mouth to say where the party's going to be.
Some of these parties go on for about 3 days, and you can only find them by word of mouth.
I've played at one, which I'll never forget. It was one of the best things I've ever done. It was amazing. And if you've interviewed Mark before, it was one of his parties actually.
It's like the system on Bora Bora. You can transport it everywhere. So, and it's like Bora Bora also. It's growing with the year.
It's do what you like, be what you like.
I knew it was going to be an ambient party, but I wasn't really sure what to expect. Come out to this open area just with the lighthouse in the backdrop, and the sea to your left is stunningly beautiful. And got into the kind of groove, baby, the movements, and the music kind of enveloped me. Or I was really off my face and I just went mental for the hell of it, which is what I did. It's good to do something a little different as well, you know, just really chill out with the people, and they're kind of earthy and real. I've got sick and tired of that Pasha Divino, spacey kind of snobbery in the club. You've got to look right. You've got to be wearing your black or wearing your glitter, and you know it's all to be seen and the scene kind of crowd, the wannabes.
The full moon parties are nice because it's not like the regular parties in the clubs. It's outside with a beautiful view, the full moon just in front of you, giving you energy to keep on for the next month again, because it's pretty tough to work here all summertime.
It wasn't this, you know, VIP having a brilliant time and the punters being treated like sheep. Like everybody was on the same, and open air, no pretension. What a proper party should be. The best things on the island are not for sale, but you really need to make the effort and look for them, because they are not going to be advertised in a magazine, they are not going to be promoted.
Gorro porque algo cuesta, la gasolina algo cuesta, el equipo algo cuesta todo. Pero eso se pasa al gorro y es a tu voluntad.
And the people give what they have or what they want to give. Sometimes it's really hard because it's 3 days party and the people don't have so much money and they spend money to stay in the party, you know.
The Portamax thing, I don't think was about money. It wasn't about, there was no entrance. You know, you all brought your own brews, your own alcohol, or whatever your pleasure was. And it was just a question of, yeah, you could buy Mars bars and sandwiches, and that was just about it. It was just like a good group of people getting together to spread their particular word. Went down fine.
The non-greed aspect of it, the fact that it's not a promoter trying to bung his name around to earn himself thousands of pounds in the future, or for his habit. I tend to find the clubs are more drug-induced or drug-motivated than the free parties.
You have some people taking drugs, but they take much less drugs than in one discotheque. They will go really mad, you know.
It was nice just to be able to chat with normal people without, you know, being coaxed out of their box. And that's one of the downsides of any party atmosphere, but it's certainly one of the downsides of this island I find. Being a clean living individual, honestly, I am mum.
I think the best is to get permit to make a festival or to make legal parties. This is the thing, you know.
Que la haya, que nos den un sitio, es lo único, que nos den un sitio para que hagamos las fiestas a nuestro rollo, claro.
We don't want to disturb anybody and we don't want to make any money. We only want to dance.
Party's over. Next year again. Unfortunately. You come back next year? I'm gonna be here for sure.
It was sad because at the same time I was playing and I knew that it probably wasn't going to be like this now until next summer. At the same time, I do need a rest. I'm completely shattered.
It's just been such a good season, probably the best summer of my life, and it's a bit gutting. And I don't know, I'm ready to go home though, I think. Get some sleep.
Tired and ear infected. Apart from that, ready to get a tan.
Finally.
It's an extreme experience. And next year, maybe I'll do 2 months.
You know, talking with all these workers, I feel, how do you feel? I feel like crap, I feel tired, I feel like shit. It's not that bad, you know. We will make money, we had good jobs, and we managed to go through the whole summer, but I don't think it's the best moment to ask any night worker how he feels after the whole summer.